Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my ho bestie Jessica.
Did you just call me a hoe?
Kind of.
Well, if the shoe fits. Okay, well, obviously this video is.
On.
Did you see McDonald's is coming out with an adult Happy Meal that's the Grinch meal?
Do you get a toy?
hate you get socks. Grinch socks.
When?
Next week, December 2nd, I think, is when it starts. I do not like McDonald's at all, but I am so tempted. Just the smell of McDonald's makes me ill. But I really want a good adult Happy Meal.
That sounds delightful.
Mm-hmm. So, if you guys can't figure it out from the crazy things that we got going on here, this is our holiday video.
Because is it a holiday book if there's no Christmas tree farm?
The Christmas tree farm. Okay, well. Before we get started with the holiday craziness, I'm going to remove the hat because I can't do this with the hat on. But, Mandy, it's all you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. You know, we're ready to kick off the holiday season with a whole bunch of romance books. And we would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and comment and let us know your take on holiday romances.
Yeah. Typically the take for me is a big fat no, but I did get some for you guys. So, you ready? We're going to start with the most sugary sweet one. What?
And don't forget to get those book recs in for us for convincing. That's going to be the only convincing we do during the month of December is you convincing us to read your favorite books from 2025. So the Google form is down below. It's only going to be open for a few more days because we're going to need to close it because we're going to have this video out in the middle of December for you guys. So get those recs in. Thank you.
Okay. So speaking of recs, let's start with those recs. This is one that I read this past week. This is the one that I said that Hallmark threw up in my book, but we're still going to talk about it because some of you guys love those Hallmarks with those tree farms, and oh my gosh. So this one is Christmas. Oh, How the Grump Saved Christmas. I almost said Christmas with the Grump. How the Grump Saved Christmas by Claire Kingsley. This is literally at a Christmas tree farm. So this is about Isabel and Elias. Isabel lives on the family farm in Telecom, Washington. That is the part that I love about this book. And every year her family has the big Christmas, I forget what they call it, but it's basically the Christmas tree farm, but it's like the Christmas village is what they call it. And they have all sorts of things at this Christmas village, and she just lives for this. Like, she loves it, but their family farm is going under, and they're about to lose it. And the only way that her dad can find for them to keep it is to get rid of the Christmas village, and hopefully they'll be able to break even. Well, she's devastated by this. And Elias is her ex-boyfriend. They were together in high school, and he has left. He is our grumpy, jaded businessman, and he finds out that if he can get this deal done, because he wants to buy their farm, if he can get this deal done, then he will get the promotion at work. And so he drives from Seattle to Telecom, which is a several-hour drive, to try to get her to sign over the family farm. And of course, she's stubborn. She doesn't want to. And so that ends up in him having to be there. And she just knows that if she can get him to love that Christmas village, he'll stick around. And seriously, Hallmark threw up my book. But I know you guys like it. So have at it.
You need to put the hat back on.
No, I'm good.
You're killing the vibe.
We have another video after this, and it will give me hat hair. No. Sorry.
Okay.
My Christmas dinner only goes so far.
You can see that I have candy canes on my ears, right? Yeah, my Mickey Mouse or my Minnie Mouse ears are Christmassy.
Mm-hmm. That's cute. Okay.
Okay, first up, I have a rom-com holiday romance for you, and that is If This Was a Movie by Morgan Elizabeth. So we have Jules and Nate. They spend a snowed-in weekend together, and they really hit it off. It's a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and it ends when Jules believes that Nate was actually married and has a kid. And she is devastated because she felt like this extreme connection to him. And so she's kind of heartbroken over it. And then she's just got to get over it because what do you do, right? Well, she owns a ballet studio and her ballet studio floods, but it's not going to flood at a good time. Obviously, it's going to flood when she is in her pink tutu and actually, you know, like ready to do ballet. So she's out on the street. A crowd has gathered to see what's going on when this little girl runs up to her and screams, "You're my Christmas wish! You're my Christmas wish! You're this," name of this like doll that she looks just like in her ballet outfit. And she's like, "You're going to marry my daddy. You're my Christmas wish." And her daddy turns out to be Nate, the guy she spent the weekend with, who she believes to be married and has a child. So now some of those misconceptions are probably going to get cleared up, and Nate is going to try and step in and save the day. This is narrated by Savannah Peachwood and Sebastian York, if you want to listen to the audio, and I really, really enjoyed it. So this is a great Christmas, like, there's a lot of if this was a movie references, so it kind of plays on the whole holiday rom-com thing. But if you are wanting just like a nice, easy Christmas listen, this is an excellent book for that. And I'm sure you can, it's a nice, easy Christmas read as well, but I just listened to the audio back in June.
I commend your commitment.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Well, the next one that we're going to talk about is one that just came out this week, I believe, or it's coming out. It's out right now when you guys watch this. The book will be out. This is Nice Girls Don't Kiss Their Stepbrother by Kay Webster. This is her newest release. And it's just a really fun taboo Christmas romance. So this is about Clara and Eric. So Clara is all things Christmas. She just loves Christmas. She loves decorating. When we meet her, she's all upset because this electronic dude that she has, this thing, that blow up giant thing for her yard, is not working, and she wants it replaced, and or she wants a technician to come out and fix it. And the people on the phone are like, "Dude, we'll just refund you. It is not worth that much." It's pretty funny, honestly. But she has this brother. They're step siblings. Their parents got married when Eric was about 10. And once he graduated high school, went off to college, and then he got a job in New York working in stocks. And he just hasn't been home. Like, he doesn't pay the family any attention. The younger siblings don't really know him. But one day he shows up on Clara's doorstep, very disheveled. And we find out that something has happened and he has lost his job and he needs a place to stay. And they've always had an attraction. There's been hints of things happening, but he is home for the holidays and kinky things are going to get underway.
Okay. Next, I have Holiday Unscripted by Natasha Madison. And so this is about Elizabeth. She's a doctor in Australia, and she's come back to the States, back home for her brother's week-long holiday wedding. And she's a little peeved at him that it's a week-long holiday wedding, and there's some fun banter, and she's a little bit of a snarkier character. I did listen to this one. It's narrated by Jason Clark and Samantha Cook, and they do a really, really good job with the narration with this, to where she comes off in a snarky, bantery way that's not annoying. And so I almost felt like when I was reading this, if I read it, like when I was listening to it, excuse me, if I was reading it, I wondered if I would have made her out to be more of a bitch in my head than what the narrators made her come across to be. So just wanted to throw that out there, that I really, really enjoyed how they narrated this and had her come across. So anyways, Elizabeth shows up. Her parents forget to pick her up at the airport. She finally gets home and finds out that there's literally no room in their home. They've given out all the bedrooms. She has nowhere to stay. And they suggest she can go stay with Nate, who's like her brother's best friend. Her and Nate have some history though, and Nate is like the last person she wants to go stay with. But there's literally nowhere else for her to go. So she really like unwillingly, reluctantly goes home with Nate. And again, this is a holiday romance, so you know where this is going to head. Oh, look, you put your hat back on. Good for you.
Backwards, but yes. It's like pulling all of my bangs back.
Cheers.
I'm so going to get hat head. Cheers.
Well, now you're just giving yourself weird hat hair, but
I know, and I've left it loose because it's my son's and he's got a big head. And so it's loose on my head, but we'll see. Okay. Anyhow, next. So nothing says holiday like therapy and murder. Because
oh,
We talked about this.
You're using that?
I asked you last week if I could, and you said yes.
Did I?
Yes.
All right. Well, while you talk about that, I will
You're
be
gonna go
picking
find
a new
another
book and
one.
will not be talking about slaying the holidays. I was
Yeah,
so
like,
proud of myself for having a dark holiday in there.
I know we talked about it last week. I was like, can I use it? You're like, yeah. You just forgot.
Well, you can't expect me to remember things like that.
I'm sorry. It was just a week ago. But
Would
I
you
don't remember
consider
this.
Snapdragons holiday-ish?
I don't
I'm
think it's any
joking.
holiday.
I'm
Okay.
joking. I have other
Okay.
ones I can use.
Okay. So let's talk about Slaying the Holidays by Beatrix Hollow. Mandy looks for her next holiday one. I'm sorry, Mandy.
It's okay.
Okay. So this is, like I said, Slaying the Holidays. It's by Beatrix Hollow and Lex Oleander. And it is about Sophie, who is a psychologist. Psychologist. And she has this new patient who comes in, Soren, and this is just before the holidays. And Soren is just gone through a divorce, and he is a single, or he's a dad. He's got little kids, and the kids are with the mom, and they're on the other side of the country, and he's just not coping very well. And so she tells him to get a hobby. And she doesn't realize that when she tells him to get a hobby, murder is going to be his hobby. And somehow he finagles it to where he is with her for the holidays. And there's a fake relationship that happens. I don't really want to say much because it's like, it's a novella and it's really short. It's not that long. The audio is great for it. And I just, like, and I know Mandy has said this before, and I love this is like my third or fourth book by Beatrix Hollow. She has this way of taking dark elements and making it funny. And so there are times when you're laughing in this book and you really shouldn't be laughing. So, but it just makes the book. I really, really like this one a lot. It's my idea of a holiday book.
Okay.
So, okay.
It was obviously one of mine too, but not anymore.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So while I was looking through my notes, my handy journal, plug right there.
Yeah. Which we are working on new covers for the new year. So
what?
Hold on. I said we are working on new ones with new covers for the new year. I have to finish that this week, hopefully.
I hope so, because we need to get our test ones in time to have them ready by the end of the month.
Well, as long as I don't get the notification from Amazon that there's something wrong with it, which I did last time, which is why I don't have it, then it's fine just to upload it. It's fine.
Okay.
But that's my hope.
I need one desperately.
I need one after this for the new year. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll share more about our journals in an upcoming video.
Yep.
Okay, so I saw that I have You'll Be Mine by Piper Rain, but I feel like I talk about Piper Rain a lot on the channel. I love Piper Rain. They're two people, but I do love their writing. But instead of talking about that one, I'm going to go with Not Another Christmas Rom-Com by AJ Pine. AJ Pine actually has several. These are on Audible. She has several of these out that have the Christmas theme, and she had a new one that just came out like a couple weeks ago. So definitely check these out if you're looking for a quick, easy listen, like while you're wrapping presents or something like that, baking, whatever holiday mood you want to be in. These are pretty short and easy to listen to. So in this one, Molly is coming home and she's going to be staying at the Christmas house. And it is her sister's fiance's parents are very, very wealthy, and they were having some remodeling done, and they make a comment about how horrific something was that most of us would be like, oh, the horror. It was like, really? So they've rented out this Christmas house to host both families in for Christmas. So Molly's on the plane going home. Molly doesn't necessarily really care for this whole elaborate thing or her sister's fiance, and she gets upgraded to first class, and so she's sitting next to this guy in the plane, and she kind of ends up spilling the beans about all this stuff. Well, they land, he goes off on his merry way, she gets a ride share or whatever, and shows up at the Christmas house, rings the doorbell, the door is answered, and Liam is there, who was the guy who was sitting next to her on the plane, because he is her sister's fiance's brother. So talk about an awkward start to the Christmas festivities. So I really enjoyed it. I rated this one 4 stars. There's quite a few of these on there, like I already said. So
okay.
Yes, bah humbug, Jessica. You should be wearing the Grinch shirt, not me.
I actually tried to find Jeff's. This is too high. I can't do this. Jeff's. Jeff had when the kids were little. I mean, my youngest was little. He was the Grinch one year for Halloween, and he has a full Grinch mask. I couldn't find it because our youngest was Cindy Lou Who, and it was like one of my favorite Halloweens. It was the cutest little couple. But I can't find the Grinch mask. Where's your Grinch mask? In the closet? Oh, I tried. I found his Joker mask, but not the Grinch mask.
Is if you got into the holiday spirit, we have another video. It won't be out for like a week or so, but we have another video we're going to be filming. And it's like, I'm just very curious to see how you're going to dress up for that one.
Which one?
Breeding.
That's a dressing down, but I won't be doing that. No. Okay. So the next book that I have is one that I read back in October. I was preparing back then, and then I dropped the ball. But I did read one back in October. So this is Blizzards and Bastards by C.M. Stunich. This is, if you guys loved her, what's it called? Roxy, I think is the first book, or Moxie, whatever, her other Rockstar trilogy, then you'll probably like this one because it gives the same vibes. So this is about Cyan. She's headed home for Christmas. She's had a really rough few months. Her parents are very wealthy. They always have this huge Christmas party. She really doesn't want to go home, but her grandma has passed away, and that is who she lived with. And she's kind of like losing her business and stuff because of things that are happening. And so on her way home, she stops and uses a restroom, and there's something wrong with the women's, and so she goes into the men's, and it's so cold that her butt kind of freezes to the toilet. And before she can get up and get out, her favorite band members come in. Her favorite boy band that they sing all these Christmas music. They come in, and one of the guys slips under the stall because they hear her make a noise in there, and she's just pulling everything up, and she's just flabbergasted that these guys are here. And a little ticked off. And some other things happen. And then she goes to get in her car to leave, and her car won't start. And so the band offers to take her to her parents' house because it's like kind of on their way. But when they get there, a blizzard happens, and they all get snowed in together. It is a giant bang fest is what it is. But I wouldn't expect anything less from C.M. Stunich. It is just a bang fest at Christmas. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, next I have Marry Me by C.R. Jane. This came out in October. This is a little different, though. If you are picking this up and thinking you're getting like a dark C.R. Jane romance, that's not going to happen here. You're still getting C.R. Jane's phenomenal writing, but you're just not going to get those dark elements. This is truly a holiday one. So in here we have Natalie. Natalie, we have met her though in the Wrong series. Not the Pucking Wrong, just the regular Wrong series. We meet her there. And Natalie was with Easton. They were high school sweethearts. She broke up with him when Easton left to go to Hollywood to be a celebrity and film movies. And she really broke her own heart when she did that, but she just felt like it was the right thing to do. So she's at college, and now her sister is getting married, and her sister is marrying Easton's best friend. And so Easton and her are both back, and they are going to be in the wedding together. And again, we have quite a few weekend or several days long festivities that are going to be taking place. And I will say that Easton does still have some of the characteristics that we know and love of C.R. Jane's heroes, because he does manipulate some situations to get to spend more time with Natalie. And yeah, and in this one, we do get to see the girls' friendship a lot more. So in the both of her series, you see a lot of the texting between the guys. In this one, we see a lot of the girl side of that. So that's a lot of fun to get to see that as well. So I think you could still enjoy this and read it if you've not read the other books, but if you've read the other books, you'll definitely really enjoy seeing those connections and seeing those guys again. With some Christmas.
All right. Well, the last book I have is probably, it has been my favorite book for Christmas this year, but that's really not saying much because I don't read a lot of Christmas, but I did enjoy this one quite a bit. I actually gave it 5 stars, so I did enjoy it. So this is Jolly and Jaded by DJ Krimmer. This is obviously, it's not very long. It's more of a novella, but it is about Elsie and Grant. So I think it's roughly 5 years before the book starts. Grant is in a motorcycle accident, and Elsie is on her way home with her brother. When and Elsie's brother and Grant were best friends, but they see him on the side of the road and go to help him, and something happens, and her brother ends up dying. And so now we're in present time, and Grant has severe trauma from that. He's lost his leg. He feels a horrible guilt over losing the way he lost his best friend. Elsie is barely making ends meet. She runs a coffee shop, and she lives in her coffee shop in the storage closet because she just can't make it work. And he comes in every day and buys coffee from her, even though it's sugary sweet, and he hates it because he is a girl. But she gets elected to be the lead for the holiday market that year. And because he wants to save her from doing too much and putting herself too far out there and getting taken advantage of, he agrees to be her co-chair. And she is flabbergasted. And then things go from there. Loved it so much. It was great. The audio was great. It's great.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
So nothing says Christmas like the Mafia.
Woo! Tell me all about it.
So next I have a Mafia Christmas romance, which I think you could get on board with, Jessica.
I probably could, yes.
We have Masquerade in this. In fact, it's called Mistletoe Masquerade, and this is by Jill Ramsauer. This is her Moriarty Men. And in this, I can't say it. I cannot say it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just so excited. Okay. We have Sashi, who is a caterer. She does sculptures and like really cool stuff. And she is at this police ball doing that. And she decides that she is going to basically infiltrate. She's not infiltrate. She's going to just crash it. She's already in like there as the caterer. She's going to throw on a nice gown and go participate in this masquerade ball for Christmas. And it is all like the police officers there and the higher ups. And so it's definitely invite only. Well, Dean is there, and Dean is this hot detective that works with some of her friends who are in the mafia. And by works with, like, he's trying to like form an alliance with them, but still be on very much on the up and up. And so her friendship with them would not really go well for him. So she sees him there. They end up going home together and have a wonderful night. And then she starts to panic and realizes nothing can come of this because of who her best friends are, and their boyfriends are in the mafia. And so she slips out early in the morning, and he wakes up and he's pretty devastated because he felt like he had a connection. Well, he has to go on with like his police work and his detective work, and he needs to go talk to Sante. So he shows up at their apartment and is floored when she's there and opens the door. So I'll leave it at that. This is pretty light on the holiday romance, with the fact that they are at this mistletoe masquerade and there's a few things going on, but it's not heavy on that. Really enjoyed it a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, there was 10 holiday romances for your holidays.
Well, and I think there's a lot of variety to pick from. You have some rom-com, you have some easy Audible listens, you have some darker romance, you have some Mafia, and you have Hallmark movie threw up on your Christmas book. Like
Yeah, because it did.
We're all over it.
Yeah. And we do have a video from last year as well. So you can always go watch that. I know there's some darker stuff in that too.
Yes, I think we do a convincing where you had to convince me to read Dark Holiday.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yep. Okay. It's out there. All right. Wrap her up.
Well, I just want to say I found it interesting when we did our live show and we were talking about our book club, which we're still, everybody's voting, but we decided during book club that we didn't want to do holiday book. We wanted to do the Wheel of Tropes. And I just found it interesting, the diverse opinions on holiday books. There were some people who really liked those cheesy rom-com type Hallmark romances, and there were people who were like, ooh, dark holiday, and then there were people like, don't ruin Christmas with dark holiday, who I know from them commenting and participating and stuff on the channel also still really like dark romance. So it's just very interesting, everyone's different perspective on holiday romances. So hopefully this video was a good combo and everyone can find something from it if they're interested in reading a holiday book this year.
Yes, for sure.
And check back in our 1 minute book recs because I know I have a few that are coming out in December that I still want to read. So we'll have a few more sprinkled throughout the month.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, though, make sure you check back to our channel on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us, and sometimes on Wednesdays.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.